not just on weekends, but every single day. Okay, first things first, and this one might sound deceptively simple, but I promise you it's a game changer. We're talking about waking up at the same time every single day. Yes, even on weekends, at least to start. I know, I can hear the groans already, but Mel, my weekends are for catching up on sleep. I hear you, I really do. For years I thought the same thing. But what if I told you that catching up is actually messing with your system more than you realize? This isn't about deprivation. It's about regulation, and your brain absolutely thrives on it. Think about it. Your body, and specifically your brain, loves predictability. It's wired for it. When you wake up at wildly different times, you're essentially giving your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, a constant case of jet lag. One day it's 6 a.m., the next it's 9 a.m., then back to 7 a.m. Your brain is like, what is happening? When are we supposed to be alert? When are we supposed to be winding down? This inconsistency is a direct line to feeling groggy, unfocused, and even a bit moody. It's not you, it's your rhythm being out of whack. Now, let's talk about trust. Every time you tell yourself, I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m., and then you hit snooze 5 times and drag yourself out of bed at 7:45 a.m., you're breaking a tiny promise to yourself. It might seem small, but these little broken promises add up. They erode that self-trust. Conversely, when you commit to a consistent wake-up time and you stick to it, you start building a profound sense of reliability with yourself. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things, even when the pillow feels extra soft. The impact on your mood is significant. When your body knows what to expect, when it knows that X time is wake-up time, it starts to prepare. Your cortisol levels, which naturally rise in the morning to help you wake up, become more regulated. This means less of that jarring, panicky feeling when the alarm goes off, and more of a gentle, natural transition into wakefulness. You'll find your mood is more stable throughout the day because you're not starting on an uneven keel, fighting against your own biology. And energy? Oh, this is a big one. You might think sleeping in on weekends gives you more energy, but often it just makes Monday mornings feel even more brutal. A consistent wake-up time helps stabilize your energy levels across the entire week. You're not constantly playing catch-up or dealing with those mid-afternoon slumps that come from a confused internal clock. Your energy becomes more predictable, more sustainable, because your body isn't in a constant state of flux trying to figure out its schedule. So, how do you even start if your wake-up times are all over the map? Small steps, my friend. If you're currently waking up at 9 a.m. on weekends and 6 a.m. on weekdays, don't try to make a drastic jump overnight. Try adjusting by just 15 or 30 minutes. Maybe aim for a consistent 7 a.m. for a week, including the weekend. See how it feels. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about gently guiding your body towards a rhythm that supports it, not shocks it. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, just 7, pick a wake-up time that feels realistic, even if it's a little earlier than your weekend norm. And stick to it. No snooze button. Get up, get your feet on the floor. Notice how you feel by day 3, by day 5, by day 7. This one habit can be the bedrock upon which all other positive changes are built. Alright, you've managed to drag yourself out of bed at a consistent time. High five for that, seriously. Now, what's next? This next step is so simple, so natural, and yet so many of us miss out on its incredible power every single day. I'm talking about getting natural sunlight within the first 30 minutes or at most an hour of waking up. This isn't just some woo-woo advice, this is backed by hard science, and it can dramatically shift your mood and energy for the entire day. In our modern lives, it's so easy to go from bed to a dimly lit bathroom to a kitchen, and then straight into a car or onto a train, and then into an office, often without ever really experiencing the morning light. We live indoors under artificial lights, and our bodies are literally starving for the signals that only natural sunlight can provide. We've engineered nature out of our mornings, and we're paying a price for it in terms of our mood, our sleep, and our overall vitality. So, what's the big deal about sunlight? First off, it's a massive booster for serotonin. You've probably heard of serotonin. It's often called the happy chemical. It plays a huge role in regulating your mood, feelings of well-being, and happiness. When you expose your eyes to natural sunlight first thing in the morning, it signals your brain to ramp up serotonin production. This is like a natural antidepressant, folks, and it's completely free. It sets a positive emotional tone right from the get-go. Then there's cortisol. We talked about the cortisol awakening response. Sunlight in the morning helps to regulate this. While you need that cortisol spike to wake up, you also want it to naturally decline as the morning progresses. Morning sunlight helps to set this rhythm correctly. It essentially tells your stress hormone system, okay, time to be alert, but let's not stay in panic mode all day. This helps you feel awake and energized without feeling anxious or wired. It's a crucial balancing act, and of course, sunlight is the primary cue for resetting your internal clock, your circadian rhythm every single day. Your brain needs this external signal to know, okay, a new day has officially begun. This anchors your 24-hour cycle. Getting that light exposure within 30 minutes of waking is particularly powerful because it sets the timing for your entire day, including when you'll start to feel sleepy later that night. Consistent morning light leads to more consistent and restful sleep. Now you might be thinking, but Mel, I live in a place where it's cloudy all the time, or I live in an apartment with no balcony, or I have to get to work super early. I hear those challenges. But here's the thing. Even on a cloudy day, the outdoor light is significantly more powerful and contains more of the necessary light frequencies than your indoor lighting. You don't need direct blazing sun. Just being outside or near a window with the blinds fully open can make a difference. So, I want you to try this. Tomorrow morning, after you wake up, at your consistent time, right? Make it a priority to get some natural light. Don't look at your phone first. This is one of the simplest, most powerful things you can do to elevate your mood and energy every single day. Okay, so you're up at a consistent time, you've soaked in some natural light, you're already doing amazing. Now let's talk about adding another incredibly potent ingredient to your morning mood cocktail movement. And before you groan and say, I am not working out first thing in the morning, hear me out. I'm not necessarily talking about a grueling hour-long gym session or a 5-mile run, unless that's your jam, of course. I'm talking about simply moving your body. The I don't have time excuse is probably the #1 reason people skip morning movement. Or maybe it's I'm too tired. I get it, the inertia of a warm bed or a cozy couch can feel incredibly strong. But here's the secret. Even 5 to 10 minutes of intentional movement can radically shift your physical and mental state. It's about breaking that state of physical lethargy and signaling to your body and brain, we're active, we're engaged, let's go. What happens when you move? Sun salutations or some jumping jacks. The type of movement is less important than the act of moving itself. Think about how you feel, and you move. There might be that initial resistance, that little voice saying, oh, do I have to? But push through that with a 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and just start. Often, within a minute or two, you start to feel a shift. Your body warms up, your breathing deepens, and afterwards, there's that sense of accomplishment, that little buzz of energy, that feeling of being more alive and present in your body. but is better than nothing. Aim for a combination of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates if you can. We've covered some amazing ground-consistent wake-up sunlight movement and fueling your body. You're building an incredible foundation. Now for the final piece of this morning puzzle, and it's one that might feel a bit counterintuitive in our go-go-go world, practicing stillness. Yes, stillness. Taking just a few minutes to intentionally be still and quiet can be one of the most powerful things you do to set a positive, calm tone for your entire day. So many people hear stillness or meditation and immediately think, oh, I can't do that, my mind is too busy, or I don't have time to sit on a cushion for an hour. Let me bust those myths right now. This isn't about achieving some enlightened state of perfect mental silence, and it certainly doesn't require a huge time commitment. We're talking about as little as 5 minutes. 5 minutes to intentionally pause before the chaos of the day fully engulfs you. What does this stillness do? It helps to calm your nervous system. Most of us wake up and immediately engage our sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode. We check our phones, see stressful emails or news, start thinking about our to-do lists, and boom, we're activated. Practicing stillness, even for a few minutes, helps to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. This shift is crucial for reducing anxiety, lowering stress hormones, and promoting a sense of inner calm. This intentional pause allows you to set a positive tone for your day, rather than just reacting to whatever comes your way. It's a moment to connect with yourself, to check in with how you're feeling, and to perhaps set an intention for the kind of day you want to create. Instead of being pulled in a million directions from the moment you open your eyes, you're anchoring yourself. You're choosing your internal state before the external world tries to dictate it to you. And yes, just 5 minutes can make a profound difference. Think about it. How many times do you spend 5 minutes scrolling mindlessly through social media first thing in the morning, or 5 minutes rereading the same stressful email? What if you reclaim that 5 minutes for yourself, for your own peace?